All right, folks, just a second and we'll get started. Get the rest of this stuff off my build area over here. And we have an unboxing for you guys. And let's see, do we want to turn this on? Probably. I'll move this out of the way, move this here. All right. Let's click on this. Let's make a couple of adjustments. I'm not able to do this in advance. Okay, perfect. And let's go back to this. And this one. All right. So I ordered some 3D parts. The last 3D parts that I got were from Switchyard Studios, and I'm basically out of them. So I was really happy with the results on there. And other than reordering from Switchyard Studios, which I don't have a problem with, but you know, I already have all of their stuff, so I'm going to have like repeat things. So I figured, well, let's try a different vendor and see how that works. And so I got, you can see their logos on the thumbnail there. For Creepy Hero Studios, they sell through, I think they sell through eBay. I got mine through Etsy. And we're going to do an unboxing of a lot of the stuff that I ended up, a whole host of stuff that I got from them, which I got quite a bit of stuff from them. All right, and hopefully you guys find this interesting, and if not, well, then I'm sorry. All right, let's move this here so I can grab it at it easily, and we'll start pulling these things out of the box and talk about them and what we're going to use them for. Okay. The stapler, that would have hurt hitting the top of my foot. It did not. I missed it. Ha-ha! All right, so Creepy Hero Studios. We ended up getting some of this stuff is actually for vehicles and some of it is for terrain. And it can be used for other games. I'm just going to use it for Gaslands. Okay, so we've got some bombs here. I'm going to try to take everything out of the package. I'll probably put it right back in, and all this stuff is available on their Etsy site. And let's see, let's use the 007 car as a size comparison. But we've got these unexploded bombs, and I guess these are resin. Where's the super readers? I'm gonna need those. Oh, they're all the way over there. Let's grab them, just so I can see what kind of a surface finish these things have, whether they're resin or FDM or what have you. A little bit of lines here, but not very visible. It's kind of a rubbery texture, a little bit. Smells interesting. It's just like a terrain piece, like a bomb that's stuck in the ground. I don't know if this is something that when you near it, it might go off. Comes with several little bombs here. You know, relatively inexpensive. You can look them up on Etsy. I'm not going to give you the website. Just look up Creepy Hero Studios. There's only one thing, you know. It has that little like Martian little looking dude. It has a Creepy Hero for a logo. All right, so we got these unexploded bombs. All right. And I don't know what these things are called. You can look them up. They have pictures of all their stuff on here. We got some pintle mount MGs, or turreted tripod mounted MGs. Got this beautiful thing. Look at this. You know, this would go really good on, I'm not going to use it on this vehicle, but on Grape Shot. Actually, does it swivel? It does not. Well, that's disappointing. It does not turret. It does not turret swivel. Damn it, man. I could make it, I could make it, but... And we've got, looks like some kind of 50 caliber looking thing with something else next to it, some kind of sight mechanism. Rooftop mounting. All right. I set this to live chat. Why did it set back to that? All right. Two things down. We got some templates here. This one happens to be for oil. So I know you can just make them. But this is interesting. It's still, I don't know if this is fully cured. This kind of reminds me of the same resin that what's his name has. That I'm really happy with. Where's my X-Acto knife? It's over there too. Gee whiz. That Iron Horse Collectibles has. It smells really similar to it. Where is this in Germany? No, this is in Germany. The Creepy Hero might actually be in Germany. I don't know. This is from Utica, New York. Okay, so it might take some cleaning up. But this is the template for oil. Comes with two of them. Got some markings on them. I wonder if they're the same. I'm probably going to, if I use this for oil, I'm probably going to squeeze something on top of it and make it a little bit more three-dimensional. Dildo's your brother, huh? Does he have a lot of money? Dildo. That's a good name for that's a good name for a magnate of like a pickle magnate. The guy that owns all the pickle factories. His name's Dildo. All right, so that's, I didn't want to get 6 of these and then realize that I didn't like these, So this is just kind of a test. So far, pretty happy with the results here. These are some blank markers that we can use them for different things. And I'll show you why I have intended when the other things come out. Oh, there's little mines. Little mines you can see on there. Mines. So if you have something that's being dropped that's actually very three-dimensional, like let's say this was smoke, right? You need to have just something that's not very obtrusive so that you can place it there, because when the car is over it, if it's something that takes up space, you need it to get out of the way. And then when you drive away, then you can put it back on. Now, in these mines, these guys can stay all the time. It's not really an issue. But some of the other things like smoke, you definitely need to have almost like a dummy base. And this is relatively inexpensive. I don't know, a couple of bucks for these 4 things. So we'll paint these up. They'll look grand. I was going to originally make them out of like little sheet styrene, but I got to sub some of this stuff out. We're not going to be able to have time to build some other things. Same thing, these I think are caltrops. I think that's what these things are considered. I'm going to try to pull everything out, even though the bags are fighting me. What's in here? Yeah, this is kind of rubbery. It reminds me of Iron Horse Collectibles. They might have a similar machine. 4 caltrops. So you drive over them and you get a flat tire. Not super exciting, but you need this stuff for a game and make it look good. Oh, they're spiky. All right. What else we got in here? Since we're on the... Here's one each of the standard templates. These don't have anything on them. But if I'm going to make some, it's going to be easier just to put this down, draw around, and cut that out. To have a bunch of dummy ones. Really pretty thick. Actually has a little bit of a pattern on it. And then same thing, this is the large template and this is the small one. I don't know why they decided to make this particular shape, but they did. Okay, this is what I was talking about. You needed to have a dummy. You know, like one of these, I'm probably just going to make one and not put anything on it because it'll be the base of this. This is smoke. This looks pretty cool. But again, it has to be removable because, you know, once you drop this behind your vehicle, it'll stay for the whole game. And if somebody's overlapping, you need to replace that with one that's flat, right? So you can have your car like this, and then when you drive off of it, then you can replace it back with this. You know, you need that versatility. So this is pretty cool. If you look at it though, let's see, is this too bright? Let's see if it's giving too many. It has a lot of like hard edges in here. It almost looks a little Minecrafty. What's up, Justin? I'm not knocking it. I'm just, you know, saying that's just something to consider. So we'll see how it paints up. It's going to be pretty dark. It's not going to be like, you know, light smoke. It's going to be like dark smoke. Like you go in there and you can't get anything done. And if I like it, I might order more. But I just got one of them, you know. I want to lay hands on all this stuff. These are some other things that are pretty cool. Yeah, hit the subscribe, man. Take money from Google. These, I don't think these are the right shape, okay, but I got them anyways. Like here is like here's another squishy one. This is supposed to be napalm. I know it looks like crystals, but I think it's supposed to be a little fire. And this is another caltrops. And they are really sharp, actually. All right. Still got lots more to go. We got basically one of everything that this guy makes that I was interested in. What else do we have that would fall in a similar category? I think that's it. All right, so. And if any of this stuff like involves assembly, I'm going to try to assemble it for you. So I got two sets of things here. You're at a car auction. You going to buy something for yourself or just looking, or don't you have to have like a special permit or something like that for those things, don't you? You can't just like anybody shows. You got to have like a special permit for that. So these two are sets of, wait for it, clown weapons. Like, what do you mean clown weapons? 85 Fleetwood Cadillac Custom. Is that what you're buying? You're too young for that. I mentioned to somebody the other day, I said, I'll always be too young to have a Cadillac. So clown weapons, I have a whole series of clown cars. They're not painted yet because we're waiting for these things to come in. So let me give you a little bit of an idea of what some of this stuff is. We'll just use this James Bond mobile. This is like a flamethrower, but let's see. But it has a flower petal. So it's like you put it here and it's like, oh, it's just a flower, and it ends up being a flamethrower. I guess 2 of them come in here. You've got these rockets that have a punching mitt at the end of them. What do you call them? Punching glove. You know, but they're rockets. I got 2 of those. 4 of those, actually. We've got the big wackadoo thing, and it even has a star at the end of it. That thing's got to be red. So, you know, this, I'm probably going to put this on a turret. You know, so that way it can be pointed, you know, it's one of those wacky things. You can go out there and whack somebody out of the way, give them hazard kind of things. Like the gold digger has. And you have all these little drop things, which are like exploding bombs, but they're like the teeth. You know, those teeth that go, you know, whatever. So there's... Is this thing being a... Is it flickering? I'll turn you off. You get 1, 2, 3, you get 5 of these. So it's a drop weapon. It's a 2-door leather seats gray. Well, I'd look and see what the heck it looked like, but I'll look at it in the morning. How about that? Okay, so this is the first set of clown weapons. This is another one. And in here we have a launcher with a big pie. Spoke rims. You sure you're not buying that for your granddad? Got a big pie thrower. We got some little... Okay, this thing is flickering. I don't know why this is wanting to do this. All right. Damn it. We got these little containers here that have little rockets. Also look like they're drop... I guess they're drop weapons. A couple of horns. Maybe they fire something out of them. And this, I'm not sure what the heck this is. Maybe this is like, oh yeah, it's like a little launching thing for these little boxes. And of course you've got a big grabber with like a Mickey Mouse type thing. It only has only has 3 hands. Again, obviously we're not putting it on the 007 car. $10,000. You work on cars? Could be like, you know, it's something you're familiar with. You can at least work on it. $10,000 for a 1985 car? That seems like a lot of money. Okay, so that's the clown things that we were waiting for. We've got a lot of performance cars, we have a lot of sports cars, and none of them have any wangs. So this is a set of wangs. What the hell is a wang? It's a big wing. And we have some that have rockets on them. Little rockets underneath the wing. Gets different kind of spoilers. Spoilers, they call them. I call them wings because that's what they look like. All kinds of ones here. Big ones, little ones. That's the wing set. Put the hands on a bus. I might put it... Actually, the hand will go on one of the clown cars that actually is called Hanbo, I believe is what it's called. You want me to go dig him up? I'll dig him up. I think he's over here on the cover. on the top. Hand bow. I mean, that's literally what it says on it. Let's see what the hell hand bow is. I saw him the other day shuffling through this stuff. Here it is. It's Hando. Ah, yes. They majored in advertising. Hando. Man, this thing's heavy. Let's pull this thing out. Crazed Clowns, Steel Passion. What year is this? 2003. Oh, it's a collectible. I shouldn't open it. Well, screw that. Actually, I like the little clown logo that Hot Wheels has. Actually has a liner on the back. Never seen that. Now this is a van, dairy delivery. The original design of this is 1997. Pretty hefty vehicle. Cool front on it. So, why would I put it on this one? It says Hando, the four-armed wonder clown. Parties, picnics, playtime, anytime. There's a clown that gets handsy. So yeah, this is probably going to be the one that has the hand on it. I'll have to mount it in a way that we don't mess up this graphics. This is a kind of a cool graphic. I mean, if you're into clowns, I mean, they don't bother me none, but they don't bother me none. Hendo. And we're going to keep these graphics. I don't know if we're going to keep the green wheels. I might, because they're clowns. Anybody else, I probably wouldn't do it. But this will get, weathered, and we'll do black lining on it. It'll look, it'll look cool. Well, it's got that little logo thing on the back there. Yes, it's reversed. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's one of the clown vehicles. I got like 6 of them. All right, we don't need this anymore. It's a priceless collectible, not anymore. We got some dropped weapons. Okay, so there's some things in the game that allow you to drop things, and it shoots at things as you go by. Oh, see, here, those comments weren't coming up, so let me try catching up here. You hunt clowns, okay? Bad childhood experience? Hands on a bus, it kind of is a bus. It's the most bus-like of all the clown things. These are like drop weapons. So here's like a little canister with a little turret that drops on there. So you can put this, like, say you wanted to put a drop weapon on here. You glue this on here, and there's already one turret in there ready for ready to drop. And then when they drop, I guess it gets bigger because these are bigger. But here's your little turret that can go sit there and shoot at people. I didn't make that up. It's in the rules. What else is here? Looks like some kind of engine exhaust. It looks like something. Maybe it blows blows bubbles. Yeah. Some other parts here, I don't know. I don't exactly know what the heck they are. Okay. I don't know what they are. What do you want them to be? The old poetry question. What do you want this to be about? Deflecting answers. All right. We have this, that I believe this is a mixture of different things that you can assemble in a lot of different ways. Now, this one's very crude. This one's actually really crude. It's FDM. Maybe it was something that they did a long time ago. But this supposedly is something that you can build. I'll have to find exactly how the design is. But you basically can put one inside of another. And at the end, you can put something like, a saw blade or something like that that comes in and cuts things off. It's a little gory. Or you can have like a hook. This thing is really, it looks like it's made by somebody totally different. And this is actually the reason I got it from, is I wanted a little pincher. So we'll have to clean this up, but this is pretty sloppy, honestly. This is probably one of the worst looking 3D printed things I've seen. And maybe it's just an old mold for him, but, it doesn't look anything like any of the other stuff. So, I have to look at the pictures online if it did show them all like crude and stuff, or this is just like a bad print. Came from upstate New York, so there's no telling. Not ready for that yet. Set of spikes and stuff. Spikes here, or saw blades or something. You could like cut them off and put them as you need them. Like a bunch of sharp things, a couple different thicknesses. I mean, it's like a buck or something like that. So, I'm not going to put them on every vehicle. It's like, what's this vehicle trying to represent? Okay, I see another set of wangs here. Need a big wang on your Fleetwood Cadillac. Yeah, see, this could just, like, let's say I wanted to put it on here. It's got a couple rockets on there. You can glue this down and you've got a wing with some rockets on it. Or, I'm not sure what the hell this is. It looks like it's on fire or something. Another one of these with rockets. Here's a different type wing. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to use these things for. Maybe I'll take that stuff off. Looks weird. I don't really want a wing that's on fire. It's not very practical. Fleetwood would have rockets in the grill. Yeah, the problem is the rockets are 2 slots. The closest thing I have, I actually have one. I actually have, you're bringing it up. So let me show you what I have that you may get a kick out of. Yeah, I don't think it's a Fleetwood. I think it's a Seville. And this is going to be an urban vehicle for the urbanites. Yeah, so here's an ice cream truck with treats and creeps. It's in the package, so it's in here somewhere. Japanese were over here. It's definitely not a Japanese vehicle. I don't know where the hell it is. I don't know what the hell it is, but it wasn't a card. Here it is. Just make a mess out of all this stuff. I don't give a shit anymore. It is Seville. It's an 82 Seville. So this is like some kind of pimp daddy will have this. '82 Cadillac Seville. From 2021. Is it two-door? It's two-door. Yeah. Pretty cool. All right, what else we got? I knew I could find it. Had them all stacked in different rows. That's cool. What's it going to be? It's going to be some urban guy. MC Dipshit or something. It's not going to be him, you know, but some thug boss's car. You know, it's got nice detail on the side of it, like, you know. All right, this is a smorgasbord of different things that on the list at the auction. Yep. This has a mixture of different things, including a skull there for a bull. That's handy. Got some stuff that's tarped. I don't know exactly what the heck it is, but some tarped items. Some stuff in a basket. An extra wheel that you could put, like, you know, on a roof. Obviously not on this vehicle. Some kind of pintle mount for a machine gun. If you could picture, you know, something that would be turreted up here. Give you a little bit of a gun shield for it. A couple grates. Rockets or something. Or lights or something like that. A different wang than the others. What's this? Spiky bits? And maybe something you could put, like, across the top like that. And then a flag, which is probably super brittle. That's a smorgasbord of little loose things. I don't know whether this is what you were starting off and testing a bunch of different things. But honestly, the main reason I got this was for this. Kind of late for the auto auction, isn't it? Man, it's been dark for hours, man. It's really putting a toll on me. Okay, next one. We have an assortment of different rockets and things here. And again, the reason I got this was one particular thing really caught my fancy. And this is this bazooka of unusual size. It looks like a surface-to-air missile, actually. Wow, that's big. And then we got some nice little MGs here. More rockets. Those are really cool. Another set of rockets. What is this that is now stuck in between the rockets? It's the same thing as one of these, like some kind of laser weapon. Well, it's a pretty cool looking laser weapon, that's for sure. This is some sort of flamethrower. More MGs. We're going to get this thing. Might be a little challenging to remove that. Somehow got one guy inside the other. We'll take our eyes out and work on it up close. Okay. Still got a whole mess of stuff to do. Still have a whole mess of different things to unbox here. We've got some rams, including some that look like it'd be really nasty if you bumped into them. So you got one that's all spikes. Okay, this guy dropped 16,000 and got a 342, a 34 two-door Ford 450 engine. I don't know who's got that kind of money. Look at these saw blades. A saw blade ram. Got two of them. Got a cow catcher here with a scoop. Looks like it's missing a tooth. Not a big deal. This one's missing a tooth in its place. This looks like an exploding ram, and I have two of them. So I'm probably going to use this on the side of the ambulance. And here's another one, spiky thing, and we've got one with a couple of barrels here. Tied down. That's why I stopped working on the ambulance. I needed something that looked like, you know, explosive rams. So far, everything looks great except that one set. I'll have to look at it online and see, in fact, if it does look that crude. All right, more rams. We got a lot of rams. We got every ram that he got, and the guy makes like 5 sets of rams or something like that. So we've got some, almost looks like crocodile teeth. Another pointy ram on the front. Look at this. This is what goes on the semi-truck. Move out the way. I don't have a semi-truck, you know that? I need to read about really how to build one before I end up building it and it like doesn't work right. Look at this thing. This is like a bunch of like harpoons or something on it. That's what it looks like. A couple of those. Oh, we got another one of these. We got another like a roller on here. Cool stuff. Really well made, by the way. Really good quality. All right, we got more rams. I was out of rams. We got one that's just some riveted stuff on here, like a bumper. Look at this, you got teeth on the top and teeth on the bottom. Nice. Some kind of cogs or something like that. This looks like actually at the front of a train, like of a diesel locomotive. Got like little steps here or something. That's another one of that. They usually give you like 2 of everything. Yeah. I mean, you can make your own ram, but it's not going to look as good as the ones that I've bought the pieces for. Let me have a sip of some coffee here. Hold on a second. All right, what else we got here? More rams. This kind of standard looking cow catcher looking thing. These are like chains. So like little chains here for you. Just mount it here, and you've got chains facing the outside. Just like this is a chain wrapped around something, flat on the back, so you can put it on the front of a vehicle or something like that. These are dangling chains. So you flip it around, you can see they just dangle on one side. This flat side, you could attach it to something, like it's got some kind of like shirtson, chain shirtson. We've got a roller here. A big one and a little one. A mama roller and a baby roller. Same thing with these cow catchers. A mama cow catcher and a baby cow catcher. You got this elaborate looking thing with the chains and stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm not going to be working on any of this stuff tonight. I'm pretty exhausted. To save that for the weekend. Looks like even more rams. Let's see what we got here. This is like a wood chipper, and it has a place to spit out the stuff. So you put this on the front of a vehicle, right? You put this on the front of Hambo, and then you got a place for all the stuff to chip out. It's like a wood chipper. Obviously very well thought out. Pretty cool. Pokey looking cow catcher, got 2 of those. Got some of these like exploding rams. The thing about an exploding ram is it does a lot of damage, but then it's gone. Like you get one shot. Think of it as like reactive armor in like a tank. And then I don't know what the heck this is, but it's something else that'd be a. Oh, maybe it's a ram as well. Maybe like something that'd be like a cop car. Well, my cop cars are all going to have ones I'm going to make out of paper clips. Zombie grinder. There you go. There's rules for a zombie game with this. All right, 2 more packages left. We got this one. I see some rams there. What do we got here? Obviously a ram, and pretty heavy duty at that. Another smaller one. Another smaller one. I don't know what the hell this thing is. I guess it could be a wing, you know. Got some other stuff here. Got some that are minimalist looking. Heavier duty. We got one thing left. See if I can make it without falling asleep. Okay, this last one's an assortment of all kinds of different stuff. Including tank tracks, another wing. I don't know what the hell this is. Probably like armor plates or something. I don't know. Hey, welcome, Scott Holt. How are you, man? Tank tracks, a couple different varieties, like almost like a half-track track. Some extra wheels, some wheels with spikes on them, which I don't have any. A big old boom box. Another cute little wheel here. We're going to use some of this stuff on that bomber. I've got like a bomber that they turned into like a truck. It's going to get either one of these on the side or one of these maybe. There's all kinds of assorted different things. All kinds of assortment of different stuff. Stuff that goes around the wheel wells that is like spiky. Cool stuff. And that's it. Enough stuff, huh? So we got our work cut out for us, and well, big horn go on the front of what was that guy's name? Boss Hog. Boss Hog and his big old horns on his Cadillac or something. I don't know what year Cadillac that was. Early 60s, I would imagine. Boombox looked like an exhaust fan for cooling radiator fans. Yeah, well, that's what ended up being on the roof of the boom bus. Is there actually ended up being a radiator fan on there, but actually cannibalized another vehicle that had a boombox on it, and then made a mounting for it, and it rides on the front, on the top of the van now. I mean, the top of the bus. So yeah, so we're gonna put this stuff back in the box, and we'll pull it out as needed. And you should build a Gasland tank out of model spruce frames. And well, I don't know what, if I had some kind of a generic looking tank or a maple leaf tank, I'd probably do that. I don't want to cannibalize my real models and make some kind of fake tank out of it. So, all right, folks. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully that was useful, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.